Alright you guys, what's happening? Welcome back to another match day reaction, although it's actually the day after. We're talking Hibs 1, Aberdeen 2 from Easter Road yesterday. Now, before we get into this video, just a couple of disclaimers. One, I've been ill for the last few days. I wasn't even 100% sure I was going to go to the game yesterday, but I made it. And yeah, it was, I thought, a very, very good game of football that we'll get to in a minute. Also, as you can probably see, I'm wearing my Philadelphia Eagles Super Bowl champions hat. I'm recording this on the day of the Super Bowl. This is really my last chance to wear this hat while it's still completely relevant. Really good game of football, I thought, at Easter Road yesterday. Obviously, all the goals came in the first half of the first half, but I genuinely thought an enjoyable game of football. We've got to talk about a couple of injuries for Aberdeen. Obviously, we lost Sam Cosgrove and Joe Lewis, both in the first half. Now, Sam Cosgrove went down really early. It was the first 2 or 3 minutes, and it sounds like it was back spasms. He tried to play on, but didn't last much longer. Was replaced by James Wilson. Now, Cosgrove's obviously been on fantastic form, but the sounds of it from what McInnes said after the game, it doesn't sound like he's going to make the Rangers game on Wednesday. McInnes said that he needs a lot of things to go his way to see if he's going to start, but I guess we'll wait and see on that one. Joe Lewis got injured as well. It was a really weird one because it was a free kick by Stevie Mallon just wide of the post, and you just heard this clatter. Lewis was scrambling across his line to try and keep it out, and the first instinct was like, he's not just headed the post, has he? And obviously he did. I guess it really comes down to whether he's got a concussion or no. Now, obviously he went off yesterday because, I mean, he was bleeding and they didn't look like they were able to stitch it up. So, I mean, from that point of view, you can't really send the goalkeeper off for a few minutes to get stitched and then send him back on. So Czerny came on. Czerny did well. He has a new song. He actually has 2 new songs, so that was good. Unless he's got a concussion, I think Lewis will be alright to play on Wednesday. But if he's got a concussion, I guess we'll hear the Thomas Czerny song for 90 minutes on Wednesday. I remain hopeful for Lewis. I'm not particularly hopeful for Cosgrove in the next game. I thought Aberdeen started okay without really threatening, and then Hibs had a wee period that ended up leading to their goal. Now, 30 seconds before they scored, I think it was Marvin Bartley had it in the middle of the park. He plays it forward to Stevie Mallon, who's standing on the edge of the box in absolute acres. He hits the shot, good save by Joe Lewis, and from that point, that was a warning sign, and we didn't really get organised. The ball ended up back at Ollie Shaw. Shaw for about 25 yards, slams it into the bottom corner of the net. A really, really good finish. I saw a lot of people saying Lewis should have probably saved it. I kind of felt that Shaw just put it in the one place it was going to go in. If it's higher, Lewis saves it. If it's inside, Lewis saves it. If it's outside, it goes wide. I just thought it was a really, really good hit by Ollie Shaw. And yeah, Hibs took the 1-0 lead and we were thinking this could be a long afternoon. Very, very quickly afterwards though, we're back on level terms. Now, what was great about us yesterday, 2 things. We'll come to one in the second half, but we reacted really, really well at going a goal down. We've seen it too many times over the last few years. Going 1-0 down, Aberdeen end up reacting really, really poorly. But I thought that we reacted really well yesterday. And it's Cosgrove's had a shot that has been saved, I think. Might have been blocked on the line. I wasn't sure. There was a lot of traffic there. It spun out to the right corner flag. Mackay Stevens swung it back in. I think it's Hobins had a header at the back post that's been cleared off the line. And then Considine loops the header in for 1-1. I think it was only within 3 minutes. So yeah, great response for the boys, and yeah, we just kind of played from there, and I was really, really happy. Our second goal, Greg Stewart's had a shot for just outside the box. Marciano in goal for them. He should do one of 2 things. He should either hold the shot or he should be pushing it wide for a corner. Instead, he's pushed it right back out in front. I think it was Stevie May who got there. His shot saved, and then Mackay Steven puts it away. Now, to be fair, Marciano did really well blocking the follow-up. Couldn't do anything with the third. The first effort, he should have done a lot better with, but I'm not going to complain. 2-1 up, and that was all we needed. Genuinely really, really pleased with the way we reacted to going a goal down, to be within 15 minutes 2-1 up, and generally in control of the game. I thought was a really, really good sign for the mentality. Second half, quite often when we're a goal up at a tough venue, we will just sit in for the second half. But in fairness, we came out to try and kill the game in the second half. And we got the penalty. Mackay Steven took the penalty, missed. Really good save by Marciano. It looked like it was straight in the bottom corner and it was well saved. The lead up to that I thought was brilliant. Lewis Ferguson picks up the ball, beats 3, goes round a man, gets brought down, spot kick. Great run by Lewis Ferguson, and yeah, Mackay Steven, I didn't think the penalty was that poor. He could have maybe hit it a bit truer, but it was in a good position, and Marciano's made a really, really good save, so credit to the goalkeeper for that. After we missed the penalty was really Hibs' best period of the game. They had maybe a 10-15 minute spell after that where they put us under a wee bit of pressure. They had a goal disallowed for offside. There was a couple of other headers over for them in good positions, and generally, like I say, that 10-15 minute period was their best period of the game. I kind of felt that we took control of the game after that as well and saw it out reasonably comfortably from about 70 minutes onwards, so I was really, really happy with that. We looked a threat to kill the game off. Wilson really should have scored right at the end. He's put it just wide. There was a couple of other times we were getting the ball wide, but yeah, I genuinely thought that we deserved to win yesterday, and I thought it was a reasonably solid Don's performance. We'll go through the team in a minute, but just to talk about Hibs, Mark Milligan committed a fair few fouls for them, but on the ball I thought he was absolutely brilliant yesterday. He's a really, really good player, and I know he's on the wrong side of 30, but if Hibs can get a couple of really good years out of him, they've got a smashing player. For the rest of their team, I think what was really apparent was, even though they were reasonably good going forward, they were just missing something, and that's not something you could have said about them last season when they had that midfield three of McGeoch, McGinn and Scott Allen. They are missing something. They are missing something going forward. They still, to their credit, try and play good football. There was a lot of times late in the game yesterday where most teams would just be punting the ball up the park, but they were just trying to work it forward, so you got to give them credit for that. But there was too long in that game yesterday. They were really, really lacking in the final third. Canberra just isn't a guy on form at the moment, which is probably disappointing for them, but no problem for us obviously yesterday. So for the Aberdeen team, Logan, distribution's getting worse, and I'm surprised at that because that was one of the best parts of his game. He defended mostly well yesterday. Tommy Hoban, I thought, had a tremendous first half. Was a wee bit wanting at times in the second, but I genuinely thought in the first half he was excellent, and that was the best Tommy Hoban we've seen since he's been on loan. Obviously he's been out for a while. Graham Shinney, I thought, was the best player in the park yesterday. He had a fantastic game. He had a good first half and he had an absolutely tremendous second half. All he did in the second half was run at them and wait for them to foul him. I thought he was magnificent, and we really need to get him tied up. Lewis Ferguson had a mixed day yesterday. There was a couple of times he was so composed on the ball. There was a couple of times where he just absolutely turned Stevie Mallant inside out. There was the time where he made that run for the penalty, and yeah, I thought he had a really, really good game. Apart from, there was a few times he was really, really wasteful in possession, and that was frustrating. Greg Stewart, his touches are absolutely sensational, and yeah, playing him more through the middle gives him more option to sort of roam. When he was stuck out on the wing, he would just stay there, and he's not as effective when he does that. But when he's starting in the middle and he's able to drift out to either wing, it's fantastic, and I think he's a really, really good player. Good day in the capital. I'm still not feeling great, but to be honest, I'm a wee bit better than yesterday. I considered doing the video yesterday, but I was fucked, and today it's just a case of getting out of there. It is like 24 hours after the game finished, but we're here, so I thought, fuck it, let's do it. So obviously we got Rangers on Wednesday, chance to go up to second place. Massive game for us, massive home game, and we obviously have a really good record against them this season. We were shit in the first game, but we stole a draw. We were okay in the cup game, and we got the win. We were good at Ibrox for the most part, and we got the win. So most importantly, they haven't really looked like scoring against us in open play in the last two games. They haven't scored against us in open play. Their only goal was a penalty. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I think that we are good enough to give them something to think about, and most importantly, we've proved that in the last few games. So hopefully we can get ourselves up to second place on Wednesday, but we're just going to have to see how that one goes. But I'm not even trying to shout this time because my voice is that fucked that if I go up, I'm going to be going up and down. So we're just going to wrap it up there. Thank you very much for watching. If you've enjoyed, hit the red subscribe button. It helps me out. If you want to go and listen to another video to hear what my voice is normally like, feel free to do that as well. Like the video, it helps it get out there. And if you know anybody to enjoy it, share it with them. I've been QMJ. I'm going back for a lie down. I'll talk to you again sometime.